Okay, so now if you're going to build a website, there's two things you have to really consider beforehand, okay? And that's your domain name and your hosting. Now, your domain name is probably more obvious to you, something something .com, um, or something .net, .org, or whatever you're going with. The and it depends on your situation, but the .coms are certainly the way to go if you can get what you want in your .com. Now, actually, on this website, I've done what everybody tells you not to do, bought a .info site, and I'm quite happy with it, actually. But it almost every marketer out there will tell you don't do that, but yeah, I can't listen. I got to do things my way. Um, Anyhow, I'd certainly would also echo that sentiment. Buy a .com if possible. If you're going to sell it, .coms are certainly worth more money. That you can certainly, if somebody already bought it and there's a .net available, that's worth. That has some value to it also. And the .orgs, you can find the .orgs probably more easy than you could a .net for your keyword. Um, However, and I'll also say this: I've actually seen data that suggests that .orgs actually get better rankings. Now that said, the .orgs, it's an organization that kind of to me is a little bit misleading. So I had bought a couple of them back in the day, when I was trying just about everything, and I didn't really develop them that much because I felt bad that that I might be misleading somebody because it's not an organization when you're trying to make money. It's commercial, and that's what .coms are about, and .nets also. So uh, just to get that out of the way. Now, when you buy a domain, you need to put it on hosting, and that's actually the physical computers that are going to actually serve the pages and posts that you make to your viewers on their browser. So you're actually paying for space on computers somewhere. Now there's a whole lot of different hosts out there, and I've used probably close to a dozen of them: HostGator, Bluehost, HostSave, GoDaddy, and a few other ones. And I just started with a new one, and I will tell you about that in a second. Now, once you have your hosting, your domain name has to point to those servers that you are actually going to physically host it on. So when you buy a domain name, a lot of times, like if you buy from Namecheap, you have the opportunity when you buy it to put in the name server addresses. But sometimes you bought the domain name and you don't have the hosting yet, so you don't know what they are. If you can buy them all in one shot, that's great. But I certainly don't recommend, GoDaddy or Host. I don't really. Typically, what I have done in the past is I use Namecheap to buy my domain names, and then I put them on my hosting, which I use HostGator most of the time. I do have a Bluehost account, and I don't really like that. I just, you know what? I know people say it's faster. It's just something I just don't really care for it, and I do like. And my HostGator account is a reseller account, so maybe things are easier because everything's listed and nice and easy for me. So I do like that. So I just actually pop in the name servers to point to the address, as I buy it. But I could certainly switch them or whatever. But for somebody who really doesn't know what they're doing, GoDaddy used to be probably the easiest way. So if you just wanted to go ahead and do it, uh, I didn't really tell people this too often because I didn't really think it was a great solution, but I know people do it. They just buy their domain and hosting from GoDaddy, and it's all easy in one shot. Okay. Now, I don't recommend GoDaddy hosting. And I have bought quite a few domains from GoDaddy, and I will have to say that the services they have provided with their domains and everything has been really good. But I've recently just found a new provider that basically solves that, and it actually solves a bunch of other problems also. And one of them being, I would say, probably one of the biggest problems that marketers have with making money online is building a list. And it's something that whatever business you're in, whether you're, want to do internet marketing, or whether you have a small local business or whatever you're doing, you should be building a list, because then you can speak to the people who actually care about your product on a regular basis. You can, use that to build relationships with them, be helpful, give them information, and they will in turn, buy your products and, help you with your business. And I recently just found a provider that just launched that solves a lot of these problems all in one shot, and that's called InstyMe. Let me scroll up here. This is a product by a guy named Nick Jolin, and I've been super impressed with everything so far. I've had a couple questions, and the response time getting back to me is absolutely phenomenal, and personal videos shot right for me answering my questions. So I couldn't be happier with that. And they actually have a $1 offer right now to get in, and I'll have a link below this video here. But what's really amazing about this is actually a few things, and I'll go down here to the offers that they have right now. Here you have three choices of what you want to buy, and basically this is hosting is what they're offering. But they actually have a couple other things that the other hosts don't have. Besides having, they all of them are pretty secure. They're all pretty secure, and my HostGator ones, I'd say that they, the sites may load a little bit slower than what I'd like them to, and this is supposed to be super fast. But what's really beneficial to anybody who's just starting out here is what they provide here. And besides the hosting that you get, if you're a newbie and you've never done this before, when you sign up and you just pop in your domain that you already have, or if you want to buy a new one, you just pop in the name there, and they will automatically build a WordPress site for you. So just fantastic for somebody who's just starting out. But you can't. It's hard to put a price on some of these other things that they have. And I do have another site that I just started, instymecom-critical.info, where there's some more information, and I will be doing updates and videos about my experience with them. But so far it's been phenomenal. But they also have an email component, or autoresponder component, which allows you to build a list right from inside your host. This is just something that, this is normally about $20 for a product like this just starting out. I think GetResponse, you can do up to 100 of them for free, which is a great way to go if you're just starting out. But for a lot of small businesses and newbies, you don't want $20 a month bill, but when you really maybe only have 2 people on your list, or you don't even have a list, an offer, or anything yet. So this is a great way to build. You're not going to pay a lot of money for it up front, and you can scale as you go. And like I said, I'll put a link below this to my InstyMe site also, and you can get some more information there. But it's phenomenal. And also, they have a desktop which allows you to control all of your sites from one spot if you're going to have more than one. And in additionally to that, they also have a suite of marketing tools, which I won't go into in this video here. Shoot over to my other site there, and there's a page on there already that goes through some of the features, and you can really get a good look and a good understanding of what this offers. But these are 2 components that the other hosts don't offer, and you're also getting secure and fast speeds also. So, but what I did want to show you is that here they have right now they have 3 packages here. A starter, where you get 1 domain, which I don't necessarily recommend this even for small businesses, because if you're a small business, one domain is limited, but if you don't have a lot of money, certainly this is the way to go because you can always upgrade and scale. But I would probably say start with this one here because it's only $5 more. But and this is so easy to build sites. And the one thing that I think small businesses don't do enough of because they don't understand is you can build a bunch of feeder sites to your main site. Now that'll give you backlinks and authority to your main site, and you can target, keywords. So if you're, I'm here in the Hamptons here, so say Southampton Plumber. So if I was able to buy southamptonplumber.com, I could have feeder sites that maybe that were Southampton leaky faucet repair or whatever, and I could have those sites. Or here's another one: 24-hour Southampton 24-hour plumber or plumbing. And you can do all these different sites and point them to your main site, give people good, make them good sites, put some, quality information on there, but have them point to your main site. And, here you got 25 of them that you can get. It's what, $12 for a new site, and it doesn't cost you any more money, or $5 more for hosting. $5 more for hosting, and then $12 per site per year to have a bunch of feeder sites to generate traffic for your main site. And you certainly can put your phone number and lead capture device and everything on those feeder sites also. So I would think this would be a really good one for a lot of people. I actually have purchased this one here because I have a lot more sites. I have more than 25 sites, and I will move them all over here eventually, I believe. But if you order this here, I just want to show you what this looks like here, because this is so simple. And I've had clients in the past that want to do it themselves, and then they get stuck because they don't go anywhere. They never pointing domain servers or addressing is confusing, and they've never done it before. It's really simple, but if you've never done it before, it can be hard, and then you just don't get anything done. So here's step one, is register your domain. So if you wanted to put in here, Southampton, emergency plumber.com, and there were spaces in there. If you wanted to put that in there, that would be, if you want to register a new name, okay, you would put that in here and then click to continue. If you already have a domain, so you already bought Southampton Emergency Plumber, you would just put in here already have domain, and then once this goes in here, this will automatically update your name servers, which is, like I said, that's often the confusing part. So just say here, if you do register a new one here, and we say click to continue, $12 a year, okay? So does it all in one shot. All your name servers are already going to be set up as you choose. Once you go through and choose your options, all your name servers will already be set up for you. So this is certainly the choice. Is if you're a newbie or building your first website, this is an absolute great choice. And really, if you've been marketing online and have a bunch of sites and you're having issues with your sites or whatever, this is a great option for you too. And like I said, switch it, flip over when this is done to flip over to my other site and get some more information about InstyMe, because it's an absolutely fantastic. Like I said, you get the hosting, and then you get the autoresponder and marketing tools, which is just phenomenal. There's nothing out there like this. Okay, so once you go through that process and you put in your you register your domain, and like I said, they take care of your domain for you, and they will automatically install. The next choice is to choose whether you want to install WordPress or not, but they will automatically install WordPress for you. And what will happen is you're going to end up, when you log into your site, you're going to end up to here. Okay, so that's all for this video, because this is a little bit long here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks.